Alright. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of the playoff podcast. Not gonna lie, I mean, Ahmad already eliminated, so this podcast is kind of beat. But I'm doing it just for the good of you guys.
Yeah, this thing is really beat. But
Ahmad can preface this, of course.
Yep, biggest announcement. We're approaching a year now. Literally less than a month. It'll be a year since our brothers and sisters in Gaza and Palestine have been under the worst of circumstances. So just imagine a year of no food, electricity, just doing whatever you can to survive, literally day in, day out. So whatever you can for them, do whatever you can. Be generous, donate for them, make that for them, however you can support them. On the MB side of things, we made it this far, mostly doing well. Just a reminder, like I just prefaced this by, understand that we're playing for something much greater than just playing to play basketball. Make your intentions right. We're trying to be healthy. We're trying to promote brotherhood, and we're trying to support each other, make the Ummah stronger for Palestine. So in regards to personality and character on the court, let's respect everyone, whether it be the stat keepers, the refs. I understand it's playoff basketball. I understand they're going to miss some calls. I understand there are going to be some bad calls. But it's playoff basketball. They're doing the best they can. Let's do the best we can, inshallah. And good luck to the remaining 4.
And to add on, there's families watching now, so, just be careful. Because, if you mess up with the families watching, you could just get dogged and, have bad marriage take.
Yep.
For all the guys that don't want to get married.
No more prospects for you.
You'll have 0 prospects if they ask around.
All right.
But,
Libya versus Jaffa. This game was very close in the first half, and believe it or not, Libya, for those who didn't watch, right. Libya, I don't know, it was really close. I don't know if they're winning. I don't think they were winning.
I feel like at one point.
But for the first 10 minutes of the game, they were playing with 4 guys.
Yeah.
Ali Maheen. Oh, Ya'tik al-Afia.
Yeah, he told me he was in class. I don't know what.
I literally told him as he was showing up. I'm like, class is more important than playoff. And
I don't
basketball.
go to class anyway. Now you're gonna, and it's like, I forgot what it was. It was like a 6 to 7:20, and you actually stayed till 7:20. Just leave 20
on the
minutes
first
before.
Week of classes.
It's syllabus week, but yeah. Apparently, I saw Musa and them on Friday, and they were the 4 guys was it was tweaking us out. We didn't know what to do, and it was hard to figure out. I think they were just overthinking it a lot. Hobby was telling me. Hobby was telling me, he was like, bro, I don't understand how to beat 4 guys. It's just so weird. And I was like, I mean, I get your point, I guess, but still 4 dudes. If you just pass a couple times, someone will have an open shot. But yeah, they had weird trouble. I also think Jeffa just kind of they were kind of over this game. They're yo, I kind of want to get this over with and play in the Final 4. So they didn't really come out with too much energy.
I get that.
But yeah, like I almost said, typically it was a pretty close game. It was a very low scoring game. Only Raj Patel had 14. I had with 11 points on 2 for 11. Farhad 3 for 11. So the defense definitely held up.
Jaffa's gonna come play defense. It was just the first half.
Yeah.
They somehow they didn't know what to do.
And
maybe they didn't have the energy they usually do, and they kind of sold.
But there's nobody really to write home about for Libya. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, Raj had 14. He was. Bro, there was someone else. There was someone else too. It might have been Farhad. But, bro, I watched, in the second half, they're trying to make a comeback, wide open layup. Raj, I'm like, oh, man.
I do want to clap it up for Raj. I think he had a really good season in general.
He did have a really good season.
He, defined himself as one of the best shooters in the league now. Everybody's giving him the face guard treatment, so that's good.
Finally.
I think, overall, Adil grew a lot this season. Me and Ahmed have given him his props, every single week. And I think he's made, a huge jump. I think Adil, to understand how to be a number 2 guy, in quotations, to be on your 2 guy, 46% shooting, 9 rebounds, 16 points. I think he did a really, really good job. He shot the 3, the best percentage of his career. Take that with a grain of salt, but I think he did a really good job. He's maturing a lot, and I think I became a way better basketball player this season.
Much easier to play with.
Yeah. Ali Maheen, as a rookie, we saw flashes of him being very, very good. I think he's up there in the Rookie of the Year race. He might win it still. We saw that he's a very, very good shooter on his day. He could get going. And I think he's only going to get better once he gets used to the league and stuff. Yep. And I think he'll be very valuable in the future.
Yep.
Yeah. And Farhad, he's a joke. So he's going to keep playing until he's 80. And, yeah,
Yo, what happened to playoff Monty in this round? That was this. He has to kill us in week 1, and then round 2 of the playoffs, turn it off. He was telling me, bro, before the game, Monty was hitting logo threes, and he was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, he was like, "Oh yeah, they should be scared today."
He finally got back in shape by week 10.
He said something. He was like, "Oh, I got shots up this week for the first time in like 7 years." He goes, "Oh yeah, they're not ready for this." He came out. He told me halftime. I was like, "Yo, I thought they weren't ready for this." He goes, "Yeah, I'm trying to play hard defense."
Let me see.
He's hilarious, bro.
Overall,
I love having him back.
good season for Clibia.
Yeah.
And yeah, we still wish Mido a speedy recovery on his ankle. On the Yeffa side, on to the next round. From what I'm seeing in the box score, there's a couple of things I need to touch on. Yahya is 2 for 4. If you want to play against, in the semifinals and the finals, he's going to have to score some points.
Mm-hmm.
So I need Yahya to shoot around 6 to 8 shots, maybe get up 3 to 4 threes. They're going to need that 3-point shooting. And like I said before, if one of Javi or Yahya score double digits on top of Big Moose and Ilyas, that's most likely a winning formula.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them has to show up, and I want Yahya to show up offensively. I don't really have anything to add there.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to your point though, Hobby had 11.
Exactly. I don't know what happened, but I just looked at it, and Ilyas hit 5 threes out of 6.
Yeah.
Ya'ti al-afiyah. Wow. Ilyas probably been the most underrated player in the league this whole season. We keep kind of like brushing him off, and we're like, oh,
he has passion.
The Yanis brothers. But like this guy has been their second best player behind Big Moose, and he's probably averaging like 16 points on 13 points on 45% shooting, which is fantastic as a second option.
Yeah, bro. Everyone looks at him like some slow, methodical player. He has some passion. Bro, there was a play he went up, got hit, and to Kev, it looked like he got hit on the hand, and he missed it, and he was letting Kev hear it. And Kev comes down to me, and like I'm just talking like it looked like he got in it. I thought you made a good call. Hand his ball, and Yas hears me. He comes to me. He goes, he hit me on the arm. I started dying. Okay. But he cares. It's good. It's good for the team.
Yeah, Kev missing a call, not a shocker there.
He's such a hater.
Big Moose obviously just doing what Big Moose does. 18, 10, and 5. He's MVP. Perfect, over 50-45% shooting. Getting to the line a good amount too. And he's probably like 8-0 against Farhad now. And Hobby doing his thing. And from the last couple of games, I've seen that Safe has picked it up like a little bit.
Offensively,
like he's had like 9 and then 11, and then he's getting a lot of rebounds, and he's doing a very good job on help defense.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big key too. But overall, Yefa took care of it.
Just calm down with the turnovers.
What it is. Yeah, there's a couple of times he gets like a little bit too excited. Yeah. I've noticed 5 turnovers. I didn't know. I just remember like 2 or 3 of them in my head. So yeah,
that could cost you a game. Is all
I'm
pointing out. So, good job, Libya. Good season.
And Yefa will see you next week.
Yep, we shall see you tomorrow at this point.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, never mind.
Khan Yunis versus Bethlehem. Okay, the story of this game is really Amir Charkis came late, which means
also
Bethlehem have no chance, bro. He came like whatever. I don't know the exact time.
Okay, well let's just say this. That's true. No, it's not true, because he showed up 10 minutes late and still dropped 29, bro.
Yeah, I know. So I think he came later than 10 minutes, but
no,
maybe
it was 10, 11 minutes.
Because like 10 or 11 minutes and like the first 2 or 3 minutes he was like getting his footing. So he
didn't
score.
He probably didn't check in until like 5 minutes after the
He didn't score in the whole first half.
Yeah.
So he had 30 and a half. So like he probably would have had like 50. The way he was shooting, like he hit like 2 logo straight half court buckets. So yeah,
and Ahmed Sharman is supposed to have him in this.
Amir Charkis was like,
I think it opened up.
Amir Charkis was apparently a victim. I don't know what. The only like thing that was victimized was the rim, because Ahmed couldn't make a layup this whole game. He would get by everybody, and he probably smoked like 4 layups. But we'll talk about Bethlehem a little later. But for Khan Yunis, yeah, Amir Charkis is a joke. Me and Ahmed already know this. He's like probably best scorer in the league, or one of the best scorers in the league. And we saw that. And if he came earlier, I think this would have been a little bit more of a game.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, Joe Capone, kind of the story of the season. He had like a little bit of a down year. Some of it being like I think the pieces didn't really fit around him. Some of it I also feel like
he never was 100%.
Yeah, I still feel like the ankle's bothering him. And Yeah, and some of it maybe just like he's still getting back into the flow of things because his shot, like, I don't want to say it's not as good as it used to be, but I just don't think he's as confident as he used to be. Like back in the day, like if you set a screen for Joey, Joey's just pulling that right
And
away.
he's hitting.
Now there's like a lot more hesitation
Yeah.
involved, which we don't like to see because like he's one of the best players in the league, and we expect a little bit more out of him. And I'm sure he'll come through next season and be right back to the Joe Shiesty that we know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
K9 legacy game, 100% from the field. Whatever.
Ahmed Hindi.
Hamid Al Hindi, amazing season. He was, I don't, like because Amir and Joey and Sinjar, like all of them missed games. He was like kind of like the only constant on the whole team. Like I feel like every single time we looked at the box score, Hamid Al Hindi was hitting 3 or 4 or 5 threes, and what did he end up averaging? 17.6 points on 45% shooting.
Ridiculous.
Like, I don't remember if he was an All-Star voting or not, but he could have easily been an All-Star this year. Like he was just as important to the team as anybody else on their team. He was amazing. And like I remember the first 2 games he started, and then like Sinjar came and he like came off the bench, and it was like, you know, he was like all over the place. Like he didn't really have like a real top 10 like top role in the team. So like if he really has a stable role, I think he's only going to get better and better. And he's only like 17. He could barely drive.
Yeah.
So he's going to be great.
Drive as in drive to the basket or drive as in drive
Both,
a car?
but yeah, he can't even drive a car. Abada, Passion. We'll see you next season, I'm sure. And then Almar Sinjar.
Sinjar, if there was ever a way to go out, this was not it, brother.
Shooters shoot. Yeah, I think it have you.
I think it was both leagues, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch on the Central pod. I'm sure the Central people will handle that. If Ahmad wants to talk about Central, he can talk about it.
No,
I'm just seeing this right now.
I'm just saying the way he went out in both leagues.
Tough week, Singe. Tough
Yeah,
week.
it was hard. It was hard. I wouldn't watch this if I were him.
But yeah, 1 for 14. He's not even 1% shooting. So
It's 10, not even 10%.
whatever, 10% shooting. Yeah, bro. It's pretty rough, yo. Pretty rough.
Not even 1% shooting is actually crazy.
Like, I read 0.7 and I was like, oh damn.
Wait, 07.
But
man.
okay. Overall though, an overall season, I'm actually pretty proud of Sinjar. I think this is one of his better shooting years. I think he played very consistent overall. Obviously he had the game winner against Moose and he played great. And overall, I think he was like really trying to fit in the Khan Yunis system.
Yeah.
But this last game, it was just a rough showing. Like, there's nothing else I could say.
All right, to give him a little bit of credit, I heard he guarded Mehdi this game.
No, yeah, I get it, bro. But like, and Sinjar tends to take like super tough shots, and he was just making them like a lot of the game, like a lot of the season, which is why he shot like relatively well. Just this game, he couldn't buy a basket. There's like nothing else I could say. Like, yeah, maybe there are some tough shots, but Sinjar takes those shots every single game. He just couldn't hit one. Like,
it sucks.
if you look at the box score, if Joe Capone and Almar Sinjar go 5 for 28 combined, I don't care if Amir Charkis has 40, which he probably would have. You probably still aren't gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
That's really just the story of the game,
Yeah. And then on the Bethlehem side,
Also,
Ali
last thing
Sufyan,
is Abdul Karim rookie year. I think he's rookie of the year.
locked it in probably. Yeah.
But he was great, especially for a guy that's like relatively new to basketball. I feel like he's still learning the game and stuff. Like he was amazing. He was really willing to learn from what I heard, and like he got better over the year, like over the season. And Ahmad played with him in Central, and he said the same thing.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Bethlehem side, it would be a shame to mention anyone before Ali Sufyan. He's been definitely the best player, the most valuable player for this team.
This is LeBron James
over the last I don't know how many weeks, and like the craziest thing is like you know what kind of player he is. You know he wants it in the post. He wants 4 for 4 from the 3-point line.
Well,
He's hitting step back fades.
8 for 10 is wrong. That's wrong. Me and Hassan, we watched the last like 4 games. Still, we haven't seen Ali Sufyan miss a shot ever since the 8 for 8. 8 for 8 was when? Yeah, he had 8 for 8.
Even before that, 5 for 8.
Then he played Amar Abbasi. He didn't miss a shot. 7 for 10. Doesn't count. I don't remember any of the shots he missed. He went 7 for 7.
Ridiculous.
Then El Quds, he went 8 for 12. He's easily been the best player on this team.
No, screw the team. The best player in the league.
Like
the last 4 weeks.
he's been
bro.
balling.
Screw that. How, 7 for 10, 8 for 12, 8 for 10 is ridiculous on 20 points a game.
And he's just shooting 50% from three, 75% from three, 60% from three.
Inshallah, he watches this and doesn't
And
get an
then-
inflated head. I want him to somehow manage to keep this going because this is a phenomenon.
And what I love is that like all the points are like in the flow of the offense. Like it's no forced shots. Like it's
Yeah.
like a lot of like
He's
pass,
only
pass,
taking 10 shots
kick.
a game.
He's hooping, and he's top scorer every
What an
single
animal, bro.
game. Monster.
Mashallah.
And that like
Allahumma la hasad.
that bump fade that he has, it's elite post work.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who's guarding him, it's just a matter of if he misses the shot or not.
If he gets the shot off,
Yeah, it's just a
that's
matter.
it.
Like you're not bothering him.
Yeah.
So, and just like for you to have to play a team with like Mehdi and Shafiq and Ahmed and everybody that wants the ball, like for you to be this efficient, and for you to just like buy into your role that much, wow. Y'all take it off you.
Best teammate
Y'all
award.
take it off you, bro. Y'all take it off you.
What a beast, man. Mashallah. All right. Next, honestly,
You want to talk about?
hell no. You can talk about Shaq. Don't my face.
No, I was talking about Mr. Box himself.
Oh. Yeah. We challenged Ahmed multiple times on the court. I was there. You know, I'm rooting for the underdog, Khan Yunus. And I'm like, yo, Ahmed, I thought you said Amir's not scoring anymore. He goes, that was the last point he scored. 2 plays later. Step back in his face.
It doesn't matter though, because he came out with a W.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Ahmed, good
Okay,
game though.
realistically, this is like one of Ahmed's like better games of the whole season.
Yeah.
11, 7, and 4, and I really felt like he built up a lot of confidence and like he was bringing up the ball a little bit more, and they're gonna need that from him. I think it gives like all the teams that are keyed in on like Shafiq and keyed in on Mehdi and everybody. If Ahmed makes them pay with their 4th or 5th best defender on him, I don't think Bethlehem will lose.
Bro, and Ahmed is really cool because obviously he's impacting more than anyone on the defensive end. But he's really he's bought in on trying to leave some impact on the offensive end as well, which is
Exactly. And he could easily have been 7 for 12. He literally smoked 3 wide open layups. Not wide open, like he beat his man and everything, and he got to the basket and he was just smoking them.
Mm-hmm.
So like he would have had like 16 to 17 points easily. Now, he may have thrown one of the ugliest lobs I've ever seen in my whole life to Mehdi. I don't know if Ahmed saw it.
I did see it. It was behind him.
I don't know what the hell that
Super
was.
low.
Okay? But we're going to let it slide. I wouldn't count it as an assist.
No.
So I'll take it down to 3 assists. But Ahmed Shaban, I think, is going to be the key to Bethlehem winning the ring if they do win the ring in the coming weeks. Mehdi, okay, he ended up with a good game. 15, 9,
his worst
2,
game
and
of the
3.
season, by the way.
And I do think Mehdi's going to come good, like, when needed. And obviously, like, he's a joke. Like, he's averaging, 20 and 10 on 50% shooting. So you can't really fault him. But I do feel like he tends to get in his head when the threes aren't falling. And he'll, tend to try to just chuck up more, even though he doesn't really need to. So my advice to him would just be, let the game come to him. Like, it doesn't really matter if I have 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 points. Just do what I need to do to win. Whatever I can do to affect the game and win, do
Bro,
it.
you know your game. If you have an open 3, you have a good look at the 3, you take the 3. If you have a good look to drive, you drive. If you have a good transition, take the transition.
He could very easily, have 18 to 20 points in his sleep. I'm not worried about him scoring.
That's his thing.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him scoring.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, this next game, he's going to be guarded by Swish, full court. Times are going to be tough on him. And the game after, if they do win, Musa's not going to be a slouch either. So he has 2 tough matchups ahead of him. And, yeah, if he's up for the challenge, I'm sure he can handle it.
Besides that, yeah, Shaf did something.
Mohamed, 2 for 3?
2 for 3, 4 points, 5 rebounds.
We're about to get ring before Elias and Khalid. Yeah, I'm gonna Semna also very underrated. He comes off the bench and they tend to put him on the best player or the second best player. Amr can speak on his defense a little bit more than me.
Semna is a passionate defender. Maybe not the best in the world, but passionate. He's gonna come in and give you some solid minutes. Not a liability.
And then, oh baby, playoff Shaf has returned. You know what he does, bro. 19, 10, and 6. Come on, that's my teammate, yo. That's my teammate.
Shut the hell up.
He was telling me, it's yeah, bro. That's as much of a legacy game as I can do these days. I'm a little bit older, but my boy Shaq still got some juice in the legs,
Dude had
bro.
8 free throws. And when at 8 free throws?
No, he'd be flopping around.
I swear to God, bro. Good point. Mehdi and Shaf flopping entire game. Mehdi doing who does that? Who does that in the NBA? OD keeps doing this crap with his head.
The Trey Young Bob.
Yeah, it's so gay, man. And then Shafiq just flopping like a fish all over the damn court. New fish? We have a new fish in town. New
Bitch was making carrying him on Sunday.
that it's been re-prescribed.
But Shafiq with double digits assists. This was Shafiq's, I think, best game of the season from what I watched. He was aggressive. He got everybody involved. And, like, yeah, he just was signature Shaft, bro. He's been doing it
I saw him missing some easy ones.
He's been doing it since AM's a man,
Nah,
bro.
he sucks.
Since 2018, he's been averaging 15 a game, bro.
We started playing before him?
Yeah, one season. Or maybe same season, I don't remember. But, yeah, bro, Shaft's been doing it. And he told me Lebanese headband is going to come out every single game now for the passion. I understand.
He's such a joke.
I
bro.
understand.
He's such a joke. I was like, he said that, and I look at that stupid as hell picture, man.
Yo.
What the hell is this?
That doesn't strike fear.
This strikes fear. What the hell? What the hell? Come on, man. Yeah, I might be rooting for Qalqali this week, bro.
What a hater, bro. Why they got a tech?
Bro.
When?
Oh, didn't they tell us on the bench? He was on the bench and he said something. He said something like.
I didn't see it. But
He
if you
said
saw it,
something
please.
like nothing crazy. It was honestly, from what I heard, it was a pretty whack text. But
Oh, what a shocker that is.
last person we didn't mention was Adam Dawood. So just not to disrespect
Rook, yo.
Adam Dawood, he's been
Bro,
solid.
I'm
for
not
his
gonna
team.
lie. He's a very underrated piece of this
Yes.
team. Like, Shafiq was telling me, like, this guy plays defense on their best defender. I mean, on the second best defender after Ahmed. And then after that, the last 2 games of the season, 10 points and 13 points. He's also in the running for Rookie of the Year.
He's very solid piece.
Very
solid.
good.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Khan Yunis, I
Great
love you
season,
guys.
Shabab. KE9, Ammar, everybody.
Always a pleasure.
Exactly. But you can't beat Shafiq. One of us always has to be standing.
Al-Quds versus Ramallah.
I didn't watch any of his games, so Omar could tell me what happened.
It was low-key. I was a
They were
lot of my
locked in on
attention.
passion,
Yeah. It was the very start of the game. It was super close. Al-Quds and Ramallah going back and forth. I couldn't tell you who was giving what, but it got really gritty really quickly, and I felt like Al-Quds let the little things get in their head for some odd reason. Like, it was a physical game. It was a very physical game. You know you're gonna get that from Ramallah with the little kids, and like now you have Ruse and whatever it's getting in their head a little bit. I don't know. They folded. I feel like they folded in that aspect of things. They let the calls get to their head, the physicality get to their head, and they went down 10. They brought it together. They understood that it's a physical game. They're gonna be physical and come back in the second half, and they did just as well as Ramallah in the second half, but. That 10-point deficit was killer.
The whole year, Al-Quds was, like, kind of wonky. Like, they were up and down, and, like, you never knew who was going to show up and what was going to happen, and if Moed was going to come, and if Ahmed Hussein was going to come, and, like, or the Zayn and Mahrouz pairing is going to work. We still don't know. I'd call it a failure if it was up to me.
Yeah, me too.
Overall, like, they were just up and down, and, like, the record is kind of, like, a little... I don't want to say it's fake, but it's a little, like... Like, they got to, like... They stole a win from that, what's it called, at the end. They stole a win from Shafiq's team on that, like there was not a lot of convincing wins where I was like, oh wow, like Qalqali like really showed up this game. Like, and the Qibya game, they squeaked by, and Al Wahdat, the score was like very, very close up until like the last 1 minute. They just were always like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, okay, you guys remember last year how like the Eagles were like 9-1, but like nobody was convinced because like all the games were like barely winning.
Yeah.
It was like one of those. So, first thing I want to say, Ahmed Hussein, ya'tik al-afiyah. The way you've been hooping like the last 5 weeks. Yeah. He's been the only reason that Al-Quds has even gotten by those games. Mm-hmm. And he did his job because we knew Ramallah was going to play his zone, and Ahmed Hussein, unfortunately, was the only shooter on their team, and he went 5 for 12.
Yeah.
Can't really ask for any more from him. 22 points, he did his job. From what I can see, it looked like Zayn had a little bit of trouble with the 2 big men, and he couldn't really get his shots off.
You know they were playing his own. Ramallah was playing like I don't remember if it was
Exactly.
a 2-3 or a 3-2.
Zayn was a little limited.
I just remember the 2 humongous dudes were on the blocks each. And what I do also remember, as Tawfiq was talking, was like you could tell like Ahmed Hussein didn't have the most efficient night, but you could tell all the people that were trying to get into the paint struggled. Mahrouz 2 for 8, Muayyad 2 for 10, Zayn 2 for 9. And honestly, there were a couple plays where I saw Ahmed Hussein trying to attack the paint, and they were forcing up some weird, some horrible shots.
It's kind of a terrible matchup for Al-Quds because, like, Mahruz and Moayed, you kind of take them out the game once you're on zone. Like, they're very
But
dependent on the
but
kick now.
you understand like we're not chill. Like these guys understand like how to play basketball. They understand how to break down the zone defense. You swing the ball around and you find the best shot. Like you try to find the gaps.
I agree.
Right? But you had like I remember two from Ayed, maybe one from Mahruz. I remember one from I'm saying clearly, vividly in my mind, where they're going to like double team, feeling a little bit of contact, like that, talking to that physicality. It's playoff basketball, and instead of trying to find like there's two guys around them, try to find that gap. Someone's open.
Yeah.
They try to force something.
Things weren't going their way, and they threw up some tough shots.
Yeah,
Like almost.
that's what I meant when I was saying they're kind of full.
But on the Ramallah side, we've kind of been doubting them like every single game, and they just shut me up like every single game. And Jay walked up to me and he was like, "Pick against me again, and I'm gonna win." I respect it. That's the type of stuff I like to see. Also, I was telling him, "Yo, Jay, like, can we get like aggressive Jay? I don't want to see this like I take 6 shots and I was passing it around the whole time. This is what I like to see.
You got it.
Because you're way too good of a shooter to like be taking like 2 or 3 threes a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like just make the defense pay when they don't respect you, and that's what he has to do to win. To win in the future coming weeks, and that's what he did to win this week. 6 for 11, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and then it doesn't matter. Death, taxes, and Jihad Mustafa's gonna have 5 steals. It doesn't matter. He's gonna have 5 steals. He led the league in assists and steals this season, which I don't think is getting talked about enough. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
Yeah, bro, like 6, 3, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4. Like he's a joke, bro. 5 again, like, bro, it's just what he does. He's averaging 6.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists. Bro, he's like Enes Zubi is easily the top scorer on the team. He's easily like the guy, but Jihad is just as important.
No. He's more important.
Like Jihad is the team that Jihad is
doing?
the guy that makes the team run.
Yeah.
Like Jihad is amazing.
I'd say exactly the way Salman drafted them is exactly how it is.
Exactly how it panned out in his head.
Yep.
Which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then so Enes, all his field goals were 3s. From what I heard, he went on like a little spurt for like 5 minutes.
I think that's what gave him the lead,
all of them,
the deficit.
Which is, bro, Enes Zubi's just a bucket.
He's tough.
That's just what he is.
Tough.
Like his
Mashallah.
first season back.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. First season back in a couple of years. Dude, he didn't miss a step, bro. Like he's averaging 20 points on 45% shooting. Like you just can't ask for more from him. Like, and every single time, like we're trying to like, I don't know, bro. Like if this guy guards Enes, like he might stop him. Like Enes is a little slow here. Enes like he takes tough shots. Like it won't last. Like we just keep knocking him, and he just keeps getting buckets, which was very impressive from him. And, like he's one of the best scorers in the league, and yeah, nothing else to say about him. He's been great. And then probably like the heart and soul of the team, the 2 big men, Khalid and Salman, just continue to show up. Khalid had 15 points, got 6 to 8 from the line. I feel like typically one of them tends to score in double digits, the other one doesn't, and like as long as one of them is scoring in double digits, I think that's enough scoring for them to get by.
This is the winning formula.
But yeah, and Salman probably has had 10 rebounds in every single game this season, and we expect him to do that. Like Salman's been hooping. Like he could easily have won Most Improved Player this year, and I just can't commend him enough. He's been playing amazing.
Yeah. Let me just say this about this team. I think seriously, like you guys, before you guys go into tomorrow or the game on Wednesday, is look at this box score right here and like replicate it, because the rookies are fun and energetic, but like I don't feel like their role should be to score. It should be to do what they're doing, which is to make their life exactly.
Both of them with 7 assists.
Yes, awesome. Like this is great.
Khalid and Mohamed Asaf, great job.
This is great. You have veteran scorers on the team. Let's rely on them, trust them, and they will give their all on defense.
And Khalid and Jimmy just take the pressure off of them, handle the ball, and get to the right spots, kick out, and then you guys are going to get fed back if they leave you open. And, like, they make a huge deal on defense. Like, the energy that they bring, the way they want to press full court, just, like, getting their hands in there, annoying people. I'm sure that's what got Mahruz and Moayed and all them frustrated.
Yeah.
They're going to do the same thing against the Yanis's. And they're also, like, kind of the backbone of the team. Like, they have to match energy against Musa and Hobby, and I'm sure they will. But I'm very impressed with 7 assists and 7 assists each from Hamad and Khalid Musbah. Like, the player development over the season has been amazing. So yeah, great job to both of them.
Last
Those
two
are my
guys
guys.
mentioned are.
And where's
Shout out
Jimmy?
him.
Don't be afraid to shoot it if you miss. Okay.
No,
Keep
be
putting your
afraid.
head down. Like
just and
if
then
it's-
he'll shoot it with 30 seconds left.
if it's a wide open
disrespectfully.
if it's a wide open look
Astaghfirullah
if it's a wide open look and it's a good look, like don't worry about it.
Yo, Jay or
But good job, both
Salman,
of
Jay
you
or
guys.
Salman or Khalid or Anas, yo, if you see your rookie player shooting the ball with 30 seconds left after you guys win the game, smack him in the backside of his head.
But
That's
yeah.
disrespectful.
Very
Shout out Jaime, Damid,
commish.
way to be you.
Last commissioner standing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Too. Shout out Himes, yeah.
Al-Quds, I know we give you guys a lot of heat right now on this one, but honestly, you guys had a good season. You
Very
guys
good
know I
season.
picked you guys early in the season, so
Zubair as first job as captain. Very good job managing everybody.
Yes, sir.
And yeah.
he took it the most serious. I appreciated that.
Yeah.
البيرة versus القلقلية. شو
Yeah,
طفيت؟ طفيت.
I'm gonna get mad just looking at it.
So
To me, the story of the game, like it's like we've been okay. First of all, for us to lose this game, we all suck because Shazib was crippled. So like we had every single excuse possible to win the game and we didn't win.
don't get me started on Shazam, please.
Secondly, me and Ahmad have been saying it all year. We live and die by the 3, and we died by the 3. Like, did I hit the most threes out of everybody?
I made it too.
Okay, so for me to be tied with the most threes out of everybody, we're gonna lose. And yeah, like we came into the game and we really should have won. Like there was so many times where I was like, all right, we're gonna go on a run here. We're gonna go on a run here. We were winning at halftime. I mean, like we're too stagnant. We're too stagnant on offense. Like we said we were gonna set off ball screens. We said we were gonna get them to play defense. We really didn't. Yeah, man, it's just really live and die by the 3. Like, yeah, the defense definitely could have been a lot better. Like, we could have talked on some screens. I don't know why, like, screens is that difficult for us.
It's more difficult than people think for some reason. I don't know why.
Like,
but whatever.
our communication on screens wasn't really great. Someone got caught by Gub Hezi. I'm still mad about that. I don't remember who it is, but, like, I literally said it in the chat, like, Almost gonna go and Hezi left, and like if he shoots the jump shot, makes it whatever. But somehow he got by.
Okay, let me butt in here.
Yeah, bro, whatever.
Elvira did well in the first half. It was back and forth between the two teams. Second half comes, Qalqaliya took a little bit of a lead, 5 points, 6 points, 7 points, whatever it may be, and Elvira would always come to within 2 or 3. But it would never remain consistent. That offense, the output offensively was never consistent. So, like, they'd get within 2 or 3, sometimes maybe even tie it, get that close. But Qalqaliya would... And then, actually, let me put it this way. When it would get that close, like, late in the game, it would get to 1 or 2 points, Elbira sells. They just sell, bad defense, missed assignment.
What he's trying to say is the last 4 minutes might be the worst basketball I've ever watched.
It was
in
pretty.
my whole
It was
life.
pretty bad. Like they had chances. They had chances. It just sold on defense when it mattered most. Honestly.
Overall, like I definitely could have played better and hit some more shots. I think like I had the shots I wanted. I definitely could have been in the 50% instead of like 40, like the percentage is showing.
I mean, for you, like, this is not bad. Like, whatever. You did your part. You had 18 points. Yeah, the efficiency wasn't perfect. But, like, in a game like this one, no one else is even remotely efficient. Like, maybe besides Nadir. It's kind of tough.
But it's
I think, honestly, the biggest, like, it really was die by the 3. And it's so unfortunate because JoJo was pretty consistent all season.
all year.
And then just this game, really good looks, just 1 for 8 from the 3. His 3 came at a really good time, but
Yeah, he almost got it close again.
Yeah,
he
but-
came up to me after the game. He was like, "I picked a bad day not to hit."
yeah, it was. If he hit his 3s, I think they win.
If he hit his
Really.
threes, I think we definitely would have won. I mean, yeah, just live and die by the 3. The game before, everybody was hitting. The week 10 when we played Ramallah, everybody was hitting. And that's what, gave everybody the momentum. And, like, when you hit 2 or 3 threes back-to-back, the momentum shifts. And then, like, we just take over from there. A couple of things I want to highlight. Nadir, even though his stats maybe don't jump off the screen, like, everybody, he's, like, the heart of the team. Like, passion. He's playing defense. I think anybody in the league would be happy to have him. And I think over the last, like, couple of games of the season, probably started from, like, week 7, he started to play, like, I don't know, he just started to play so much better. He understood what he needed to do, and he had like a couple of really good games. Like he had a 23-point game, he had an 18-point game, and we know he's capable of doing that also. But
I just don't remember that.
yeah, he had a couple of very good games. Look, 23, he had a 16, he had a 13. And he just 40 minutes of pure hustle, pure passion, and I think he's gotten a lot better. And I think if the season was like 15 to 16 weeks, I think he would have only progressed. I think he was great. Who else? Khaled Sahwal was just a veteran on the team. It's just what he does. He's gonna play good defense. Shots didn't fall this week. It's fine. What are you gonna do? But like Khaled did his job. Last week we had prime Khaled 21 points. Yeah, man. I think I don't want to say the shortcomings, but like the shortcomings were from Amir and Jojo. Those are the two guys you expected to score and like be like my running mates per se. And like they just struggled a little bit offensively. Jojo couldn't hit. Amir had a tough time. They played good defense on him, and he missed a couple threes. And yeah, that's it. That's really the story of we just couldn't hit threes. That's the story of us losing.
That was
That's really it.
On the Qalqilya end of things, honestly, the only good besides Deep was Omar Sahwel, but a lot of it was he played his role, man. Honestly,
he did a good job.
People were kind of discrediting him for this, but his role is to find the gaps. His role is to be that annoying defender, and then on offense just poke at you guys.
7 for 12, 17 points, and every single time we made a mistake, he made us pay for it and made a layup.
Yep.
Banging.
I was super impressed.
Great job, Gubs Day.
Yep.
Hopefully Hassan passes you the ball next season. Who else is there? Okay, Deep is the most important player on their team. Sure, 3 for 6, 8 points, 4.
His three
first
came
of all,
at the best time.
All around, he's one of the smartest players in the league. He finds the mismatch every time needed. He hits huge shots, like almost said. And I just feel like every single time, we did cut it or we did tie the game, he came up with some sort of a big play. And I don't think he's talked about enough. I think he's probably the second most important player on the team. And his help defense is very, very good. So, yeah, big shout out to Deep. Ismail was guarding me the whole game. He
makes life difficult.
One of the best defenders in the whole league. He does a really good job shuffling. Yeah, it makes life difficult. That's what he does.
Yep.
I would like to see him score a little bit more
Me too, honestly.
next week and the week after because he's definitely capable of.
He has a
I
skill
feel
too,
like
yep.
he tends to kind of take a back seat a little bit. If Shazib is still hurt this week, I would like to see him more in the 12 to 15 shots range and stop letting people off the hook taking so many threes. He made 2, which is a good sign. But if he's struggling like he usually has been struggling this whole season, bro, Swish can get to the basket with anybody. So I'd like to see him shoot a little bit more. Kareem Ahmed hit 2 big threes.
Love the chirping, by the way.
Yeah,
that was
I know.
fun.
That was fun.
Way to give it back to the people that were chirping at you. Hit it in their face, baby. Good job.
Yeah, that was good. Kareem Ahmed hit 2 big threes, and I think he was pretty smart with the ball this game. He only had he was pretty smart with the ball this game, which is typically our only.
Yeah, this is fine.
Him.
You don't want to do that.
11 points.
Where you go
very,
4
very
for
good.
16, but.
And then that's it. Who else do we have to talk about? Captain Moose legacy performance 1-1-1.
He was in the game early.
Yeah, he played. Against as well, but he played. And then Shazib went 3 for 8. He was clearly hobbled.
Yo, Shazay, for the love of God, man. I love you, bro. I pray to Allah that you stay 100% healthy and you remain in the best of health and that you return to the best of health. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting this might come off wrong, but I'm getting the boy who called what is it?
The boy who called Wolf.
Wolf, yeah, Wolf vibes. So please, bro, just put a brace on, get to work, bro. Stop bringing attention to the ankle. Play basketball.
His ankle was bothering him. He
didn't look at it. Look like it, bro.
He hit 2
it
big.
Didn't look like it.
He hit 2 big.
At all.
He hit 2 big threes, and he hit the game ceiling and one. So for him to have been hobbled.
The boy who cried wolf. That's the word I wanted.
For him to have been hobbled, I still think he came out with the last laugh, and he hit the biggest shot of the game, in my opinion.
And then he's doing that dumb as hell celebration.
That's because
get out of my face,
because
bro.
me and him
Get the ankle, hobbled the ankle.
Me and him were chirping
Shut
back
the
and
hell
forth.
up, bro.
Me and him were chirping back and forth. And
Hey,
it came up
celebrate,
big.
taunt, especially if it's your boys, taunt, but keep it PG-13, please.
Yeah, bro. 11 points obviously is not going to be enough in the future, next round or the round after, but he's one of the MVP frontrunners. He's one of the best players in the league.
Ooh, I do have to highlight one thing because I just gave him a lot of crap. 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and you had people trying to do the distracting on the thing.
And Ahmed brought up the camera, which is
tough,
funny.
locked in. I like that.
But yeah, good job to Qalqilya, Deep, and Ismail, and Kareem. Great job, and Gub, of course. Albira, great season. It was really fun playing with. This was honestly one of my most fun seasons. I had a lot of fun playing with everybody, and Khalid, Nadir, Jojo, even Rayed had probably the best player of the game. That and one was sick, and and Abdul Kareem, obviously most passionate guy in all of NBA. I'd love to have him on my team, and Amir is my running mate.
Good season, guys. Good season. All right, now the predictions for the final four: Ramallah versus Yafa at 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Both of these games are on
I'm
court.
gonna run to the bathroom while I'm gonna give you his prediction, and I'll be right back.
Damn, it's that bad.
So bad.
Okay. All right, let me entertain you guys. Ramallah versus Yafa. It's time for midi yap. So I actually talked to Khalid Musbeh earlier today about this game. He's like, "Who are you gonna predict?" And I honestly had forgotten that Ramallah beat Yafa in the regular season, but Ilyas Shahsamand was not present at that game, and it was a very close game. And the first thing that I thought to my head was, who's guarding Musa? And he reminded me that Jay guarded him, and it was he actually did pretty well. And I remember there was some attention brought to that, that Jay played some decent defense. Actually, I want to see what the stats for that was. Ramallah versus Yafa. So Musa in that game had 21 13. It was slightly inefficient though. 8 for 18, 5 for 12 from the 3. What are we talking about here? I think Ilyas is going to be a huge piece for this game. Ramallah definitely matches the passion. Salman has some of the craziest passion. Jay has the passion, and the two rookies have the passion. It's going to be a banging game. This is going to be a banging game. But in all honesty, I'm going to rock with consistency, and I just saw the stats that were so gassed up. I got Yafa. And we have your host, Tawfiq Hamza, back.
Okay, guys. I tried Shabab, but it was not working yet. All right, Ramallah versus Yafa. Okay, obviously Ramallah won last time, and Ramallah obviously has their confidence against Yafa because they did win. Okay, this is the most important part of the game, in my opinion. I don't know who's gonna guard Anazubi on Yafa. Whoever does guard him, in my opinion, I don't think you guys did a good enough job on him last time. If you guys do a better job on him, like you guys maybe press him, make it hard for him to get the ball, because once he does get the ball, he clearly has the weight advantage on Hobby or Yahya, and I think he'll have his way. But if you guys do a very, very good job of denying him the ball and making it tough on him, I think that's a very, very important key to victory. Also, I think if Yafa is smart enough to take advantage of the mismatches, like Ramallah can't really match up with them too much. Like I think Khalid and Salman are going to struggle to guard Musa and Ilyas. If they are going to do that, I think if they're smart...
Jay guarded Moose last time.
Who?
Jay.
Okay, yeah, then there's definitely going to be a mismatch because if Moose gets the ball in the mid post, he's going to want to take a mid range, or if he takes a dribble in, they're going to double and someone's going to kick.
Sal's helping off the back door.
So, somebody...
Baseline.
I think they have to take advantage of the mismatches because I think Ramallah struggles to guard them. On the other side, I think Ramallah also has to take advantage of the mismatches. Salman and Khalid are bigger than Yafa, so if you need to play out of them, Salman's a good passer, Khalid's a good passer. Don't make Khalid just like a bona fide spot up shooter because he's way more than that. And then I have no worries about Jay and Anas. I think they're gonna do what they need to do.
All right, so who you got?
Yeah, I still think Yafa's gonna win by 6. You took Yafa?
Yeah, I took Yafa.
Bro,
I took Yafa.
I really wanted to pick you
I'm
guys.
definitely rooting for Ramallah.
I wanted you guys to win.
Definitely
bro.
rooting for
But
Ramallah.
I can't be wrong, so I think I'm gonna just take them. But hopefully you guys.
I'm actually not rooting for Ramallah that much, but if I had to go one way, just because of the
I think
underdogs.
Yafa won. But
Yeah, I think Yafa wins, but it'll be a good game.
Musa's the best player in the league. The best player in the league tends to win.
I lost.
I'm convinced. Bethlehem versus Cote d'Ivoire. Okay. You wanna go first or you want me to go first?
You go first.
I think Swish versus Mehdi is probably the big matchup. I think Swish is gonna make it tough on Mehdi, and then what's Mehdi's decision making gonna be? Is Mehdi gonna force up shots? Is Mehdi gonna, maybe just take what Swish gives him? Is Mehdi gonna be smart about it? I think that's gonna be the most important part of the game. So Omar Sahwel is convincing me, and he keeps saying that he's gonna lock up Sufyan. I don't know if this is probably Omar's first time hearing this. That's why he's laughing. I've heard it from multiple sources.
Yo, I love Omar, bro. I love him to death, bro. He's hilarious.
I've heard it from multiple sources. I believe that Omar Sahwed won't let Ali Sufyan get any open threes like he has been getting. I do believe that because Omar has passion on defense. But the turnaround fade jump shots, I just don't think there's anything you can really do about him. But I do believe he's going to make it tougher on Ali Sufyan. I do believe that. And like he's like good build for
Look,
it.
let me
Like, he's
just
not
say
small.
this in regards to that is that when someone is not shooting that much or not constantly so involved, hyper involved in every play, and you're trying to face guard them, you kind of start to relax on them. And like Ali Sufyan is the epitome of that. Like he's not give me the ball every play, work at him. No, it's not that. So like, you don't know how hard. I'm just saying it's very hard for a defender to give 100% effort to someone that's
Yeah,
not
that doesn't have the
that
ball.
doesn't have the ball that much. It's kind of
Fair
hard.
point. I definitely think almost that way is going to make it tough on Ali Sufyan. Will that affect him? That's to be determined. I think Shazib is going to guard Shafiq. That's like a fun matchup. They've guarded each other a bunch of times. Just don't get caught on the cross, Shaz, or I'm going to make fun of you. I don't think like necessarily that like that'll like give Shafiq too much trouble. Like I think if Shafiq looks for a shot, he'll still be able to be aggressive, and he needs to be aggressive for them to win this game. But yeah, Shafiq versus Shazib obviously is going to be a good game. Obviously going to be a good matchup. And then it's going to be Ahmed versus Kareem, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Let me just do some Kokulia analysis real quick.
Like say it or just think in your head. Okay.
You can go.
I've been when I first looked at this and I thought about this, I thought Bethlehem for sure. But as Tawfiq spoke and as I thought about the matchups and everything, it's much more equal.
So I think Mehdi's going to guard Shazib. Even though Omar doesn't want me to mention the ankle.
Don't.
If
Please
the
don't.
ankle
Please
is
don't.
bothering
What the
him,
hell is wrong?
if
with
the
you,
ankle
man?
is bothering him,
Now we're giving it.
and
We're
he
giving him
can't-
the attention
no,
he wants on that damn ankle.
if it's
bro.
bothering him and he can't explode off of his ankle, I think he's gonna have a tough time getting his shot off over Mehdi.
Listen,
if Mehdi is locked in,
if he has a bad ankle and has trouble exploding off of it,
I'm just saying if he does,
I'm gonna dog him.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
dog
if he
him.
does.
No, I'm gonna dog him. Wallah, I'm
Okay,
gonna dog him.
then who's the? Who else? Who else are the matchups?
Nah, bro.
Swish is gonna guard Mehdi. Who's gonna guard Shafiq? Shazib said we're gonna guard Shafiq. Who's? Yeah. Okay. So
This is so hard, actually. This is by far for me. Did they play each other in the regular season, or was
No.
it before?
it was before.
This is by far the hardest prediction I've had to make all season. This is not even close, actually. Wow.
It's not gonna be the guys that you think are gonna be.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, that's what it is.
Like it's not
I
gonna
know
be
that.
like
I know
Mehdi
that.
or Shazib or Shafiq or Swish that are gonna like do something amazing where it's like, oh shoot, like they won them the game. Like I don't think that's gonna happen.
Look, man.
It's gonna be like a Kareem Ahmed 3 or like a deep big shot or like Omar or Ahmed Shaban. Like one of them is gonna show up. Like one of the quote unquote like role guys is gonna be like the guy that wins them the game.
I'm honestly reading the prediction right now because I can't make up my mind.
Like if you're talking player for player, I have a little bit more faith in Shazib scoring on Mehdi than Mehdi scoring on Swish. But at the same time, like I have faith that Ali Sufyan will do his job, and I have faith that Shafiq will do his job. But I'm gonna take Bethlehem by 6 points, and I'm not hating just because I lost, because I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, Shafiq's a sore loser."
I'm not gonna lie, man. This is wow, man.
But I think Kokoria has a way better team, and I think Kokoria is way more consistent than Bethlehem. I think Bethlehem tends to have like way too many lapses in a 40-minute game, which they can't have. But yeah,
I think Bethlehem has the calm in Shafiq and Ali Sufyan, the calm to stay poised throughout the entirety of the game. But something tells me that, like you just said about Shazib, like I also have a little more faith in Shazib scoring on Mehdi, right?
Yeah,
Mehdi?
then Mehdi
Yeah,
scored on Switch.
yeah. I agree with that sentiment. But for some reason, and I might get hate for this, but I feel like it's gonna come to
Ahmed shot bad
fruition.
legacy games?
No. Ahmed's gonna do his thing. He's gonna do his thing. You're not gonna believe what I'm about to say. I feel like Karim Ahmed is gonna be the reason Khalkhalia wins this game.
Bro, he hit some big
Offensively.
shots, bro. He hit some big shots.
I'm gonna go
Every once in a
Khalkhalia.
while.
I'm gonna go Khalkhalia by, as the crystal ball said it, sudden death.
Yeah. Or if Swish wants to like actually show up and play offense,
That's
I think
honestly a little bit
he
too.
could make like a huge difference.
He could.
And then he'll really have to make Bethlehem engage. But if Swish is gonna stay taking 9 or 10 shots and have like 10 points, I think Bethlehem will squeeze it out.
I got Khalkhalia.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, I actually can't wait for this game now. I have to go watch
And
it.
what else? Is there anything else?
No.
I think All-Star voting is done. I think the All-Star game is next week. 3-point shootout is next week. Please answer.
Ooh. Okay.
Shafiq if he asks
Yeah,
you
yeah,
to play.
yeah.
Because like
Don't make
he's
his
trying-
life difficult. Shafiq's trying to get
Yeah,
this
like-
planned out, so please respond to him.
just respond to him
as
so he can
quickly
find
as
a
you
sub or
can.
not.
Yeah, and
like, you
don't
know,
be difficult.
I'm sure it'll be a fun process and everything. And it'll be a fun game.
3-point shootout will be at 7:30. Start at 7:30. Check-ins at 7:15. If you're not there for the check-in, you're gonna be forfeited. We want this 3-point shootout to be competitive.
Yeah, we want it to be real. Like we don't want it to be like whack.
Yeah, so let's get there at the check-in. Let's warm up and let's challenge me.
Exactly.
For a
And the
little
event is what the 3-point contestants make it. So like if you guys make it a big deal and make it important, it'll be a fun competition.
You know
for
I'm
everybody.
there. I'm making a big deal. I'm
And
defending champ.
Exactly.
You got nothing.
It'll be fun.
Okay, All-Star game is gonna be at 8. I'm trying to. Maghrib is gonna be somewhere in there. We'll announce that leading up to next whatever.
No, it won't subtly. And then
All-Star game is gonna be at 8. Also take that seriously. Let's have some entertaining. Let's have an entertaining
we're not the
game for
NBA
the.
guys. We're not
yeah,
LeBron.
Yeah.
We don't need to see
We're not signed
the-
to a contract or anything like
like
that.
the one
so,
person dunking.
please.
That can.
Or
Like if you guys want to have layup contest, I'm down.
pretend you're going to play pickup basketball out of court and give it your all right, and then after that will be Salat al-Isha. So All-Star game, Salat al-Isha, and then at 9 we're gonna try and start the championship game. Inshallah, we'll all tune in to Khalkhalia versus Yafa at that point. Yalla. Assalamualaikum.
Shafiq, this guy's a hater, bro. I know Shafiq's the only one that watches till the end. Shafiq, this guy's a hater.